Hey everyone, I am your astrologer Brittany with Horoscope.com. Here are 3 things you need to know in order to make today, Monday, December 31st, 2018, a success. Now the first thing I want to talk about is going to be right here where the moon is in Scorpio. Now when the moon's in Scorpio, it brings our attention to change, making some big changes in our life, especially as we're coming up here to New Year's. Also brings our attention to dealing with some of our deepest, most intimate relationships, doing some soul searching as well, and reorganizing our finances. So that is what we're dealing with. You might want to keep in mind that the moon is in Scorpio. It's a sign that it doesn't necessarily like because it requires us to go a lot deeper emotionally instead of surface level to figure some things out. Now what we've got going on early this morning, I actually do like. Even though the moon doesn't like being in Scorpio, I like a lot of what's going on today with the aspects it's making. That's because early this morning, maybe not early this morning, excuse me, I'm reading this wrong, the afternoon, after lunchtime, this moon in Scorpio is going to make a sextile over here to the sun in Capricorn. This is very, very pretty. This would make it like what, a waning crescent phase of the moon. To me, typically is characterized by more of an easygoing type of feeling. This would be about us making some change to put our life in some better direction, or working with our relationships, working with our finances in a way that hopefully we can start to feel like we're getting a handle on things and moving forward in a way that we feel good about. So I really do like that. A few hours after that occurs, the moon also gonna make a sextile here to Saturn too, which is very, very close to the sun at this time. That as well, I think it's going to give you an opportunity to feel better, feel more secure in your life, to maybe make some positive decisions about your money, about your relationships, about the things that you want, so that you can start to move forward, honing in on some things that are really, really important to you. So I like that a lot. The next and last alignment of the day is going to occur right before bedtime, and what's going to happen then, moon's going to move further through Scorpio and make a trine over here to Neptune and Pisces. And I think after perhaps we made some changes earlier in the day to put our life in the right place and the way that we feel good about as the new year is quickly approaching, I think towards the nighttime we're going to start to feel more at peace, more comfortable. It's going to be easier for us to get in touch with our intuition, our spirituality, to check in with what's going on inside us so that we can start to move forward into this different direction that our life is going in, feeling much more whole and much more at peace. So I'm going to be honest today, I like what's going on, especially if you're not afraid to dig deep to figure out what you want. It's going to be a lot of good things I think are going to come from it to help you readjust, make new resolutions for your life, put plans in place to make these resolutions start to be real, or to get an idea of what you need to do here with your life to move forward. I'm like, I don't know if it's a good time to enact New Year's resolutions. I might wait for the new moon solar eclipse in Capricorn for that, the first week or so in January, but I think now is a good time to get clear on what your resolutions are and to reorient your perspective and your life in order to support the things that you might want to start to commit to at this new year when it gets here, okay? Liking it a lot. Reorient yourself to a new life direction and what you need to do to get there. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about, what do I want to go to? Maybe I'll go to Mercury here. It's coming into a little bit of a hard spot, even though I like what's going on with the moon today. Mercury, as it moves further through Sagittarius, is about to come into a trine here with Uranus and a square to Chiron. What this can bring are lots of unexpected conversations, unexpected news, your mind working in a lot of weird ways. I think what's going to be happening here is that we're trying to break free, to do something different. I know it's a new year, but I think the astrology is correlating a lot to that. We're trying to do things new or different, make some changes to put our life in some different direction. I think we're getting a lot of unexpected or sudden insights, or having some unexpected or sudden news come up to help us move forward. But with the square to Chiron, it could feel a little bit uncomfortable to say, okay, I want to do this new thing. I need to make these changes, but I'm uncomfortable because now I have to do things differently than the past. I have to break free from the past. I have to let go of some emotional sensitivities or some habits from the past in order to move forward. That could be hard, and there could be some very sensitive conversations that you could have as well about what is going on inside you too. And I think needing to not be afraid here to communicate about the past, to overcome the past, so that you can liberate yourself from things that have been holding you back and step into new and different chapters. Now, the third and last thing I want to talk about today is going to be right here where Mars is. In this chart, Mars is at 29 degrees Pisces, but by the end of the day, it will be in the sign of Aries. This is positive. This is a really good sign to have this happen. Mars loves being in Aries. It's been at home there, and this whole year Mars has been retrograde, which has been really hard for Mars. Mars has been in Pisces, not a good place for Mars. So finally we've got Mars and Aries helping us to move forward, to manifest, to act, to make things happen, especially with a lot of planets going direct too. Almost all of these planets going direct in the next month. I think we're starting to get a big push today to move forward, to act, to do, to initiate, to make things happen, and to remove any of the roadblocks from our way. Even if we're still thinking about the past, even if we're still sensitive about the past, I think there's a big part of us that's really starting to move on, and that's really starting to make plans forward, even if we need to readjust our perspective to the new life as we do the things that it is that we need to do, and to kick some old sensitivities. And I like it. I think things are starting to pick up. I think 2019 we're gonna be here after, especially after what Uranus starts to go direct, Chiron goes direct by the end of January. It's gonna be a good time to hit the ground running, doing things that we want and need. And I think we're starting to get the idea now that the moon's about to, on a last quarter moon, gonna be new in a week or two. I think we're starting to realize, wait a second, life is going to change. There's a lot of things we want to do differently in 2019, and how can we set ourselves up the best for success and let go of the past so that we can hit the ground running here the end of January and make some big strides that maybe we were not able to make last year in the way that we wanted to. So that is your daily planetary forecast for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you tomorrow.